Yeah, Emile Mosseri was the composer of this movie, and when we were having our initial conversations about what the kind of score would sound like, my first thought was, wouldn't it be great if the score sounded like it was coming from the main character's world? And Emile is so brilliant, he thinks outside the box. He tries to have each score of his films be different from the last one, and he had just finished doing the movie Minari, which is this very, rich classical kind of score, and so he thought, let's try something that feels kind of homemade and often even like it's made on kind of cheap, instruments. And so it just became this really interesting process that I just love, and I can't wait for people to kind of hear the album, which has, several more songs than what you hear in the movie. Working with Emile was very helpful because we were collaborating with Finn, who is an amazing musician in real life, so we, Emile and I were working on the songs. The lyrics were in the script, and I had written bad melodies that Emile, of course, immediately changed. And then there were all of these songs that were kind of ancillary that we needed Finn as Ziggy to just kind of like improvise in the moment. This is to create these kind of ancillary videos that you see on his website, right. But it's also to create, him tooling around in his bedroom. And so Finn on the spot would improvise music that was not only very good, but also exactly in line with the character. There is, my funniest line in the movie is a line that Finn just improvised, because I said, play a song like it's July 4th. And he started playing this absurd song about it being July 4th, and he had this incredibly funny, silly preamble about, hey, it's Independence Day, whatever that means, because he's a character that doesn't really pay attention to things in school, and so, he's just flippant about something that's, an important part of American history. And it was like that gift that Finn brought that, made me realize that he had been thinking about this character in a way that, you just pray every actor is thinking about.
I mean, being involved in the kind of music process for this film was so amazing. We have an amazing composer, Emile Mosseri, who collaborated with Jesse and I guess with me to sort of flesh out these songs that Ziggy writes in the film and performs in the film. I really enjoyed sort of striking a balance between something that is kind of funny and a little cringy, but also can be catchy, and also that this character doesn't write all duds, that he also is actually can be talented, was actually an interesting thing to play, because it was like it made him a little more three-dimensional. He's not just like an idiot songwriter. He has some talent, but also gets caught up in his age as well, and his sort of the way he lives his life, and how it's reflected in his songwriting. Today, I'm debuting a Tara Lift new song for my favorite people in the whole wide world. Pieces of gold, straddling paper. Oh, Ziggy. Mom! これが僕の宿敵、ママ。僕は17歳。2万人のフォロワーがいることを君に気づいてほしい。
The U.S. not only ignores human rights abuses.
Yo, I agree with you, Lila.
How do you agree with Lila?
Oh shit.
How would you like to run an errand with me? And then afterwards we could go out to dinner together?
And it'd be like as a volunteer?
幼い頃、いつも私の味方だった息子は、今や何を考えているのかわからない。
Hey Mom, can you drive me today?
Are you ready to go now?
Yeah, just give me like 5 seconds.
ママはジギーは全然分かってない。
Yeah, and you're shitty, Mom.
You're like a little boy, and there's no shortcut that I can give you.
Mom, sounds like fucking shortcut. 2 high-speed trains on parallel tracks.
家族って時々難しい。
How was your day?
Where the fuck were you guys?
School, man.
The two of you. Everyone around me is a narcissist.
僕らの世界が交わるまで。